Hi, greetings everyone. Well, welcome back to day 2 of Young Adult April. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Harry Potter book series with Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So for this one I'm going to be looking at plot, development of the book, as well as the main themes. So, here we go. On Harry Potter's 12th birthday, the Dursley family, Harry's Uncle Vernon, Aunt Petunia, and Cousin Dudley, held a dinner party for a potential client of Vernon's drill manufacturing company. Harry is not invited, but is content to spend the evening quietly in his bedroom, although he is confused why his school friends have not sent cards or presents. However, when he goes to his room, a house elf named Dobby warns him not to return to Hogwarts, and amidst intercepting Harry's posts from his friends. Having failed to persuade Harry to voluntarily give up his place at Hogwarts, Dobby then attempts to get him expelled by using magic to smash Petunia's dessert on the kitchen floor and framing it on Harry, who was not allowed to use magic out of school. Uncle Vernon's business deal falls through, but Harry is given a second chance for the Ministry of Magic and allowed to return at the start of the school year. Interesting. In the meantime, Uncle Vernon punishes Harry, fitting locks to his bedroom door and bars to the windows. However, Ron Weasley arrives with his twin brothers Fred and George and their father's enchanted Ford Angela. They rescue Harry, who stays at the family home, the Burrow, for the remainder of his holidays. Harry and the other Weasleys, Mother Molly, third eldest son Percy, and daughter Ginny, who has a crush on Harry, travel to Diagon Alley. They are then reunited with Hermione Granger and introduced to Lucius Malfoy, father of Harry's school nemesis Draco, and Gilderoy Lockhart, a conceited autobiographer who has been appointed Defense Against the Dark Arts professor after the death of Professor Quirrell. Oh gee, I'm wondering if that's going to become a trend at this school. When Harry and Ron approach platform 9 3/4 in King's Cross Station, it refuses to allow them to pass. They decide to fly Arthur's car to Hogwarts, where they crash into a sentient willow tree on the grounds. Ooh, ouchies. In trouble for the crash, Ron is punished by having to clean the school trophies, and Harry by helping the celebrity teacher Professor Lockhart, whose classes are chaotic, with addressing his fan mail. Harry learns some of the wizard's prejudice about blood status in terms of pure blood, only wizarding heritage, and those with Muggle parentage. He is alone in hearing an unnerving voice seemingly coming from the walls of the school itself. During a Dete party for Gryffindor House's ghost nearly headless Nick, he, Ron, and Hermione run into the school caretaker Arcus Filch's petrified cat, Mrs. Norris, along with a warning scrawled across one of the walls. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the air, beware. Bom bom bom. Rumors flying around the school regarding the Chamber of Secrets' history. Harry's friends discover from Cuthbert Binns, the ghostly professor of history of magic, that it houses a terrible monster and was created by one of the school's founders, Salazar Slytherin, after fundamental disagreement with the other founders, Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, and Rowena Ravenclaw. Slytherin believed that students of non-magical parentage should be refused entry to the school. During a Quidditch game, a bludger, one of the balls involved in Quidditch, chases after Harry instead of zigzagging toward any player it can hit, breaking his arm. In an attempt to mend it, Lockhart accidentally removes all the bones from Harry's broken arm. The gem requires Skele-Gro and an overnight stay in the hospital wing to heal. Dobby returns in the middle of the night to visit Harry in the hospital wing, revealing that it was he who charmed the bludger and sealed the gateway at King's Cross, and that the Chamber of Secrets had been opened before. Another attack occurs, this time to a first-year Gryffindor named Colin Creevey, who idolizes Harry, and the school goes into a state of panic. A dueling class is then set up for the students, led by Lockhart and Potions Master / head of Slytherin House Severus Snape, during which it is revealed that Harry is a Parselmouth, meaning that he has the rare gift to speak to snakes. That's interesting. This sparks rumors yet again, as students around the school suspect Harry of being the heir of Slytherin, and Slytherin was also Parselmouth. And circumstantial evidence to support this theory arrives in the form of another attack. This time on Hufflepuff's second year, Justin Finch Fletchley and the Gryffindor Ghost. Harry, Ron, and Hermione begin to suspect that Draco is behind the attacks, given his family history of remaining well within Slytherin ranks and open hostility toward Muggle-born students. After talking about the speculations, Hermione concocts Polyjuice Potion, which allows him to become Draco's boorish lackeys, Vincent Crabbe and Gregory Goyle, for an hour to interrogate him. This comes to nothing, as Draco's father only told his son the general facts of the previous opening of the chamber, and that it occurred 50 years previously. Meanwhile, Myrtle Warren, an existentially mopey ghost that haunts the bathroom, unwittingly provides a new clue in the form of a book deposited in her stall, a diary. The trio discover the diary belonged to Tom Riddle, a student who knows all too well about the chamber, having been witness to a fellow student's death 50 years ago. The culprit, he reveals to Harry, was none other than Rubeus Hagrid, now gamekeeper for Hogwarts School. Huh? When Hermione is attacked next, along with Ravenclaw prefect, the school is put in lockdown, and Dumbledore and Hagrid are forced to leave the premises. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. Fortunately for Harry and Ron, Hagrid left a set of instructions to follow the spiders currently fleeing into the Forbidden Forest. They do this, only to find the monster that was blamed for the attack 50 years before, a massive spider named Aragog, explains to the duo that the real monster is one that the spiders fear above all others. When Harry and Ron try to leave, Aragog says they cannot because his sons and daughters have not eaten for a long time and plan to eat the boys. Ugh, that's scary. Before the spiders can grab them, Arthur Ford Angela arrives, and the boys use the car to escape the forest. Hermione provides the last set of clues that inform them of the monster's identity. It is a basilisk, hence Harry's ability to understand it, that kills with a stare, although no one is dead because of various devices through which they indirectly saw the monster, and which spiders, such as Aragog and his offspring, fear above all others. Harry figures out from hints Aragog dropped that a student who died during the previous attacks is Myrtle, and when Ginny is taken by the monster into the chamber, they discover that the entrance is in the bathroom they have been using to make Polyjuice Potion. Well, isn't that convenient? Harry, Ron, and Lockhart enter the chamber, but the dunder-headed professor, who reveals that he is a fraud, causes a rock fall while attempting to erase the boys' memories with Ron's damaged wand, but permanently loses his memory. So, I guess. Oh well. Separated from Ron, Harry enters the Chamber of Secrets alone to find an unconscious Ginny and Tom Riddle, who claims to be a memory preserved in his diary for the last 50 years. Okay. Tom Riddle shows Harry that his full name, Tom Marvolo Riddle, can be made into the anagram, I am Lord Voldemort. What a twist! Tom Riddle is in fact Voldemort's true name, and that it was he who opened the chamber 50 years before, and framed Hagrid as Riddle is the true heir of Slytherin. By possessing Ginny through his diary, Riddle has been continuing what he started 50 years before. Harry's loyalty to Dumbledore in the face of Riddle summons Dumbledore's phoenix, Fawkes, who arrives with a sorting hat. Fawkes blinds the basilisk, allowing Harry to remove the sword of Godric Gryffindor from the sorting hat and slay the creature. Though fatally poisoned by the basilisk, Fawkes' healing tears save Harry, who uses a basilisk's fang to stab Riddle's diary. Both the diary and Riddle are destroyed, and Ginny is restored. Yay! Harry, Ron, Ginny, and Lockhart return to the main castle and reunite with McGonagall, Dumbledore, and Mr. and Mrs. Weasley. Ginny, whose possession by Voldemort caused all the petrification and troubles over the course of the year, is given a reprieve by Dumbledore. He reasons that greater wizards have been duped by Voldemort before, and takes great interest in the qualities of the diary, which Harry gives to him. Lucius Malfoy bursts in after this meeting, demanding to know why and how Dumbledore has returned to the school. He is accompanied by Dobby, a real family to whom he is enslaved. Ah. The house elf also provides Harry with unspoken cues regarding the diary's ownership. While it was Tom Riddle's, it had been in Malfoy's possession. While in Diagon Alley over the summer, Lucius, a follower of Voldemort, has slipped the diary into Ginny's cauldron to ensure the reopening of the Chamber of Secrets. Harry returns the diary, devising a scenario involving his own sock that frees Dobby from the Malfoy's employment. hence provoking an attack on Harry, only for Dobby to jump in and save him. Yay! The petrified students are cured. The end-of-the-year exams are cancelled, much to Hermione's chagrin. Hagrid comes back in the middle of the final feast. Lockhart is discharged from his job as Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, again a recurring theme, and Harry returns to Privet Drive in higher spirits than he has last left it. Yeah, I can definitely see why that would be. So anywho, let's look at the development of this book. Rowling found it difficult to finish Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets because she was afraid it would not live up to the expectations raised by Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. After delivering the manuscript to Bloomsbury on schedule, she took it back for 6 weeks of revision. Sheesh, that's a long time. In the early drafts of the book, the ghost Nearly Headless Nick sang a self-composed song explaining his condition and the circumstances of his unknown death. This was cut as the book's editor did not care for the poem, which has been subsequently published as an extra on J.K. Rowling's official website. Nice. The family background of Dean Thomas was removed because Rowling and her publishers considered it an quote, unnecessary digression, and she considered Neville Longbottom's own journey of discovery, quote, more important to the central plot. Yeah, I could definitely see why that would be. And finally, let's look at the main themes of the book. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets continues to examine what makes a person who he or she is, which began in the first book, as well as maintaining that Harry's identity is shaped by his decisions rather than any aspect of his birth. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets provides contrasting characters who try to conceal their true personalities. As Simon Nizzle put it, Gilderoy Lockhart, quote, lacks any real identity because he is nothing more than a charming liar. Riddle also complicates Harry's struggle to understand himself by pointing out the similarities between the two. Quote, both half-bloods, orphans raised by muggles, probably the only two Parselmouths to come to Hogwarts since the Great Slytherin. Opposition to class, death and its impacts, experiencing adolescence, sacrifice, love, friendship, loyalty, prejudice, and racism are constant themes of the series. In Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry's consideration and respect for others extends to the lowly, non-human Dobby and the ghost Nearly Headless Nick. According to Marguerite Krauss, achievements in the novel depend more on ingenuity and hard work than on natural talents. Edward Duffy, associate professor at Marquette University, says that one of the central characters of Chamber of Secrets is Tom Riddle's enchanted diary, which takes control of Ginny Weasley, just as Riddle planned. Duffy suggests Rowling intended this as a warning against passively consuming information from sources that have their own agendas. Although Brennan Williams and Amy Zenger regard the diary as more like an instant messaging or chat room system, they agree about the dangers of relying too much on the written word, which could camouflage the author, and they highlight a comical example, Lockhart's self-promoting books. Immorality and the portrayal of authority as negative are significant themes in the novel. Marguerite Krauss states that there are a few absolute moral rules in Harry Potter's world. For example, Harry prefers to tell the truth, but lies whenever he considers it necessary, very like his enemy Draco Malfoy. At the end of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Dumbledore retracts his promise to punish Harry, Ron, and Hermione if they break any more school rules, after Professor McGonagall estimates that they've broken over 100, and lavishly rewards them for ending the threat from the Chamber of Secrets. Krauss further states that authority figures and political institutions have received little respect from Rowling. William McNeill of Griffith University, Queensland, Australia, states that the Minister for Magic is presented as a mediocrity. In his article, Harry Potter and the Secular City, Ken Jacobson suggests that the Ministry as a whole is portrayed as a tangle of bureaucratic empires, stating that, quote, Ministry officials busy themselves with minute, e.g. standardizing cauldron thickness, and coin politically correct euphemisms like non-magical community for muggles, and memory modification for brainwashing. The novel applies it begins in 1992. The cake for Nearly Headless Nick's 500th death day party bears the words, Sir Nicholas de Mimsy Porpington died 31st of October, 1492. Huh, that's interesting. So overall, this is a really darn good book, and it's definitely one of my favorites in the series overall. So I give Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets 5 wands out of 5. Well, tune in tomorrow to take a look at the third book in the series, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So until tomorrow, see ya!